Tragedy has struck the heart of Minneapolis, leaving an entire community reeling. On Wednesday morning, inside Annunciation Catholic School, what should have been a peaceful mass quickly turned into a nightmare. Gunfire erupted, echoing through the church walls, and within minutes, 2 innocent children were killed, 17 others were wounded, and countless lives were forever changed. Authorities have identified the shooter as 23-year-old Robin M. Westman, who was born Robert Paul Westman before legally changing their name in 2019. Investigators revealed that Westman entered the school armed with a rifle, a pistol, and a shotgun, 3 legally purchased firearms. Police Chief Brian O'Hara confirmed that the suspect had no prior criminal record, raising alarming questions about how someone with a clean history could plan and carry out such a devastating act. The attack unfolded during morning mass, when students, teachers, and parishioners were gathered in prayer. Survivors described panic as the first shots rang out, children screaming, adults rushing to shield them, and a desperate scramble to safety. Officers were on the scene within minutes, but by the time the gunfire stopped, 2 children were gone. The shooter had turned the weapon on themselves, ending their life before being apprehended. Hospitals across Minneapolis were quickly overwhelmed with victims. Hennepin Healthcare reported receiving 1 adult and 6 children in critical condition, while Children's Minnesota admitted multiple young patients, some with life-threatening injuries. Several others were treated for less severe wounds and have since been discharged, but for many families, the nightmare is far from over. Investigators also uncovered disturbing evidence about the suspect's intentions. Online videos, now deleted from YouTube, showed Westman displaying weapons marked with ominous messages, alongside pages of handwritten notes that read like a manifesto. Police believe the suspect deliberately timed these videos to release during the attack, amplifying the horror and leaving behind a digital trail of hate. Chief O'Hara confirmed that law enforcement is reviewing these materials, calling them deeply unsettling and filled with violent rhetoric. The FBI has taken the lead in the investigation. Director Kash Patel stated that the case is being treated as both domestic terrorism and a hate crime targeting Catholics. In a public statement, Patel condemned the violence, stressing that attacks on places of worship are not only crimes against people but also assaults on the freedom of faith that defines American life. President Donald Trump also weighed in, expressing condolences to the victims' families and vowing that federal resources will be used to uncover the full truth behind the attack. He emphasized that violence against religious communities will be met with the strongest possible response, calling the incident an evil act of hatred against children and faith. Back in Minneapolis, grief and anger hang heavy in the air. Parents have gathered outside the school, embracing one another through tears. Community members have set up vigils, holding candles, offering prayers, and demanding change. The church, once a place of sanctuary, is now scarred by trauma, and many parishioners say it may never feel the same again. The suspect's family has not spoken publicly, though documents from years earlier revealed the shooter's struggles with identity. While police continue to investigate whether those personal issues played a role, they have not confirmed any direct connection between Westman and the school. For now, the community is left with unanswered questions about motive, about warning signs, and about how such weapons could be acquired so easily. This tragedy adds to a long list of mass shootings in America, each one sparking renewed debates about mental health, gun laws, and the safety of schools and churches. Experts warn that communities are becoming increasingly vulnerable, with shooters often leaving behind manifestos or digital footprints that reveal just how premeditated these attacks are. But beyond the politics and investigations are the human stories. 2 young lives, full of promise, ended far too soon. 17 others, many of them children, now carry physical and emotional scars that will last a lifetime. Families are mourning, hospitals are fighting to save lives, and a city is left trying to heal from trauma that words can barely capture. For the people of Minneapolis, this is more than just a headline, it is a wound that cuts deep. A sacred place was violated. Parents sent their children to school expecting safety, only to face the unthinkable. And while authorities assure the public that there is no ongoing threat, the fear remains, the grief remains, and the demand for answers grows louder. As the investigation continues, one thing is clear: Minneapolis will never forget this day. A day when violence silenced the voices of children. A day when faith was tested. And a day that once again reminds America of the painful cost of senseless acts of hatred. This lengthened script is paced to run between 5:36 minutes when read in a slow, serious news delivery,